Hello there, Namibia, and welcome back to another episode of Windows of Wealth, powered by PSG Wealth Namibia, your financial wellness show woven with life's tales told by prominent individuals. Today, we've got another industry leader in our seat, none other than Mr. Bisey Uirab. He's the CEO of the Namibia Airports Company, and he sits on a number of boards across the country. Mr. Uirab, thank you and welcome to the show.
No, thank you for having me here this morning and to share my life journey with you.
That's a lovely one, Mr. Uirab. If we can start with your life journey, tell us about where it all started. How did your childhood shape the person that you are today, and what foundations have really stayed with you?
Yeah. No, thank you very much. As you may know, I hail from a very small village in the Gunane region called Fransfontein.
Yes.
That's where I was born, that's where I was raised. But my parents come from different locations in our country.
Okay.
My father comes from Ochimbingwe. That's where he was born. He was raised there. He went to Agostinium to become a teacher, and then was eventually posted to Fransfontein as a teacher. That's where he met my mother.
Oh.
They got married there, and then of course some of us came into being around
Yes.
there. We were quite a big family of 13 siblings.
Cool.
I am towards the tail end of the family tree.
The younger boys.
The younger,
Yeah,
the
the
younger
last
ones. I
ones.
think there are only about 4 or so
Yeah.
after me.
Okay.
But I think it's a closely knit family. Some of them obviously passed on over the years, but we had a very good start to our life.
Yeah.
And because we are so many, some of us were allocated to our grandparents. So I am in fact an Uma's boy. I grew up with my grandmother.
Grandmother is.
That was my mother's sister. So some of us in the family grew up with her, and I was the last one of the team that grew up with her. And
Yeah.
she really spoiled me. That is where I picked up the first lessons of my life.
Yeah.
And one thing that she always wanted me to do is to become a pastor.
Okay.
Yeah, she was a devoted Christian, a Lutheran. And of course, she in her wisdom was saying that you must become a pastor to serve the people. And during those days, in a village like Fransfontein,
Yeah.
there were not too many idols that one could look up to. It was the
Okay.
pastor,
Yeah.
it was the teacher,
Yes.
and the nurse. We
Yeah.
had a German nurse in that village also.
Yes.
So I took her wish for me to become a pastor, not necessarily to go and preach, but to serve the nation.
100%.
That's one thing. The second thing that she taught me is to respect each and every person, irrespective of that person's position in life. Whether you are senior, richer, poorer than that person, respect the person for the person he or she is.
Yes.
So those 2 lessons really carried me through my life.
Yeah.
So I finished my primary school in Fransfontein, obviously growing up with her under very difficult circumstances. She basically survived on her old age pension, and at the time they were also receiving some food rations.
Yeah.
So that basically what kept us going, and despite all of that, she gave me the best that she could. And
Yes.
almost at every time, I knew what was in her wallet.
Yeah.
So I had that relationship with her. So after finishing my primary school in Fransfontein, I then applied to the Martin Luther High School, which is located between Okombahe and Omaruru.
Okay.
The first time around, I was unsuccessful, so I spent a year in Korihas at Velvicha Junior Secondary School. And the following year, I tried again to get into MLH, and finally, I managed to get in
successful,
there.
yeah.
On condition that I repeat my standard 6 at the time, which I had a very good pass in Korihas, but because I was so desperately wanted to MLH,
Exactly, you did it.
I did repeat my school. And again, that was the second phase of what shaped me as a person.
Yeah.
Because when you're in Korihas, Fransfontein, I mostly interacted with Damaranama speaking people. And I had very little exposure to other groups within Namibia. But when I go to MLH, it was a mix of a true
Diverse.
Namibian
Yes.
family.
Yeah.
The teachers, the principal there really made it possible to build a formidable team of young Namibians that would serve a free Namibia.
Oh, wow.
So, yes, I enjoyed my time thoroughly there. One of the things that happened is when I was in standard 7, I was elected as the Hoofseun, as
Oh,
the head
wow.
boy of the school.
Yeah.
And that rarely happens. I
Yeah.
mean, the head boy normally comes from the standard 9, standard 10, senior
Exactly.
students.
Yes.
So I think the first leadership challenge for me came about with that election as a student.
Yeah. In
head boy.
standard 7,
In
which
standard
is
7.
grade 9.
Yeah,
ideally
it was towards
today.
the end of standard 7. I was elected as the head boy, and of course I had to then lead the student population.
Yeah.
It was a fairly small group of students. The school was small. We were only about 120 students altogether, boys and girls. So obviously I started then to polish my leadership skills there.
Yeah.
The principal was very helpful in guiding. And when I was in standard 8 then, as part of my leadership roles, I was then delegated to attend a conference in Diebra, which is a Roman Catholic school just outside Windhoek.
Just outside Windhoek.
It was a student conference to discuss the role of students in the struggle for liberation.
Oh, wow.
There we had speakers from South Africa, local political leaders, local church leaders. And the students were so hyped up that we decided, no, we cannot just stand aside and stand aloof and watch the liberation movements fight for the liberation of our country.
Exactly.
As students, we have a specific role. In the first place, we don't agree with the education system that is offered to most of the students in the country. But secondly, our country needs to be liberated.
Yes.
So it is on that basis that a decision was taken that we should form a steering committee consisting of students from various levels to then work towards formation of a national students organization. We worked very closely with the Council of Churches during that period. And on the 2nd of July, which is exactly 41 years from today, we have seen the birth of the students' organization NANSO.
Yes, that still stands today.
That still stands today. And I have served NANSO in various capacities, both at school level, but also at national level, where I was a secretary for education at some point, and I was also the vice president of NANSO at some point.
So Uirab, that's very impressive. And I mean, to have such responsibility at such a young age, and to obviously be someone that's in a student position, now facilitating teachers and organizing teachers and playing such integral roles to set up these organizations that still stand today. And these are organizations that basically formed pillars of our educational system today.
Yes.
So tell me about, while you were busy doing all of this and you finished school at Martin Luther High, tell me about your career or your studentship when you started studying and taking it through from there, because it's key that you were very integral in terms of everything going on with your school, outside organizations and all of that. So how did you get to the point where you started studying, and what lessons stuck with you then?
Yes, when I finished my matric at Martin Luther High School, the first 6 months after I finished, I volunteered to work at the NANSO office. And of course, other colleagues would always come. But we volunteered to work for NANSO because we so much believed in the ideals for which NANSO stood. And we believe that some people have to sacrifice to grow this students' organization so that we can see
someone has to do
the impact. Somebody had to do it. So I did that. And then, of course, we were not paid for that. We would zula, as many people say. But people were very generous. People, the shop owners from the Grootwinkels in Karatura knew what we were doing, and every now and then we would go there. They would offer us free chips and bread, and that would be our meal for the day. The Council of Churches was very helpful in many ways. Now and then they will sponsor conferences, workshops, and then in that process we will see the programs of NANSO being carried through. And then while I was there, I received a call from my former principal, Mr. Jefta Chotangoro, who was the principal at the Martin Luther High School. And he said, "My son, you have done fairly well in maths and science. We do not have a maths teacher. Please come." So I was recalled back to MLH to teach maths and science, and I was teaching my fellow students at the time. Now I've transitioned, and in fact I was teaching across, from standard 6 up to standard 10. Maths and sciences, physics, primarily physics, chemistry, and maths. And it was such an experience to share my knowledge with my fellow students. And that has taught me that irrespective of what you have, you can always share, and then you can help the fellow human being to grow.
Yeah.
So that was a wonderful experience for me.
And it must have been personal because it's kids from your own generation.
It's kids from my own generation, and then I was sharing the staff room with my senior teachers, sitting in the staff room, listening to their stories, really gave me more courage to say, you need to continue to serve. And that always brought me back to what my grandmother told me, that you must go and serve.
Yeah.
And that's a lesson that she has left with me. After that I got an opportunity to go and study in South Africa at Kenya College. And I managed to get to Cape Town, did 1 year of maths and science again. But then I realized, no, I don't want to continue with that. And I came back for a little while. And I went back to teach at Gipion. But maybe one important thing I must mention is, when I was called back to MLH, I didn't have decent clothing to go and, stand in front of
exactly,
of
to
children.
teach and so on.
To teach. I probably had 1 or 2 jeans and veldskwingies and a few T-shirts.
Yeah.
So I went to the Council of Churches in Namibia, at the time headed by Dr. Shiavali, Dr. Bisey Uirab.
Yes. He
was the General Secretary. And then I told him, Dr. Shiavali, I have been called to go and teach at MLH. I cannot go and stand like this in front of our students. Can you assist me? And without hesitation, he called Comrade Bob Kandedu, who was the Deputy General Secretary, and instructed him to give me a check of 300 rand at the time. So that 300 rand check went a long way.
Yeah.
I managed to buy 2 or 3 trousers, a few shirts, shoes.
A wardrobe.
A wardrobe was covered.
Yeah.
And then that is how I started my working career, with a $300 rent at the time. After Kenya College, I came back to teach. And then, of course, I continued to be active during the struggle, also working with NANSO students, being active in the Swaba Youth League, and basically in community affairs. And I experienced my life in the southern part of our country because I grew up in the north.
Exactly.
So it was really good to just learn how people do things in that part of the world. And from there, when I was at Kenya College, that was around 1987, I also met my wife.
Oh, you guys met in college?
Who was studying at the University of Western Cape at the time.
Yes.
So we met there, 1987. We got married in 1989.
Quick.
And quick. When you discover a diamond, you don't let it go. You make sure that
you throw the rocks out of the pocket.
You make sure you get it. So we got married in 1989, and the rest is history.
Yes.
36 or so years down the road, we are happily married, 4 children, and life continues.
Oh wow, that's lovely.
Yeah.
So coming back to Windhoek and teaching in Gibeon, how did you manage to make the transition from teaching to the corporate world?
Yeah.
How did that opportunity come about? And obviously you never looked back since then, and you started playing integral roles within the corporate industry as well, from the let's say, call it the NGO parastatals with NANSO and so on. Yeah. How did that happen?
While I was at Gibeon, as part of my student activism, I met Advocate Smarts, now retired judge, Dave Smarts.
Yes.
Because he represented many people who were arrested because of their struggle credentials.
Exactly.
So I met him at some point, and then while I was at Gibeon, he called me, and he said, I've started an organization called the Legal Assistance Center. It is a public interest law firm where we basically provide free legal services.
Yes.
We do legal education, we give advisory services, and if you're interested, please come and join me. So I left teaching, and then I came to join Advocate Smarts.
Yes.
As a paralegal. And what we were primarily doing there was to take statements from some of the guerrillas that were arrested by the South African Defense or by South African Police, some of the workers that were harassed by the Boers at the time. We would then take statements and then forward them to the lawyers to then take the cases forward.
Exactly.
Or we would probably do translations. But at times the lawyers would then translate some of the laws and then we would then go out and teach various communities in churches, at the unions, with NANSO. So I spent some time working with Advocate Desmarts. And then while I was there, I got an opportunity to go and study education. So I went to Swaziland.
Yes.
And then I obtained qualification in science and maths.
Full-time? Were you
Full-time
in Swaziland?
At the time, I was already married.
Yeah.
That was... Then I decided to go with my wife. And I had Vanessa and Osi, my two girls.
Yes.
So all of us went. There were the four of us.
Yeah.
We went. I finished my studies. It was a 3-year program. I came back. Fortunately or unfortunately, I didn't stay long. When I came back, I started teaching at Jacob Morenko for a very brief period.
Yes.
And while I was there, again, I got a call from my former colleagues at the Legal Assistance Center.
Yeah.
And they said, well, there is an opportunity if you want to come and work in our administration as the LAC administrator.
Yeah.
And then I said, maybe this is a good opportunity.
Exactly.
To sort of veer off from teaching.
Yeah.
So I joined the Legal Assistance Center again for the second time. And then office administrator, after a few years, I became the office manager and primarily in charge of entire administration, personnel issues, finances, and the like.
Yeah.
And then while I was there, obviously I said, no, I'm doing this thing, but I have no formal qualification. I must find a way of educating myself. And then, as fate would have it, way back in 1988, I traveled to Harare as part of my student activism.
Yeah.
To attend a conference. And in Harare, I met Honorable Nahas Angula, amongst many people.
Yes.
They were still in exile. Of course, we got to know each other, we spoke, we briefed them on what's happening in the country as the young people. And then when they came back with the implementation of Resolution 435, we linked up again. And on this particular day, I think around 1995, I decided, I must go and visit Honorable Nahas Angula. He was Minister of Education then.
Yes.
So I visited, I made an appointment, we had nice coffee, discussed this and that. And then I told him my desire to want to go and study. And I said, okay. About a month or so down the road, his secretary calls me. And she says, no, the Honorable Minister would like to meet with you. You come to the office. I rushed, wondering what now? What happened?
The minister calls them.
The minister calls,
in the car.
then you run. So when I go to him, of course, after we have exchanged some pleasantries, he says, well, the other day you said you would like to study. Are you still interested? I said, yes. He said, the British Council is advertising a Chevening scholarship. You may want to apply.
Yes.
I said, yes. He gave me the forms.
Yeah.
I completed the forms. He did a reference. I went through the interviews. I got the scholarship. And I spent 12 months or so, 15 months in the UK.
Yeah.
Doing my Master's in Business Administration, my
Yeah.
MBA. That was in Scotland,
Yes.
Edward University. So I remain grateful for what he has done, the opportunity that he has opened up for me.
Mm.
So I finished, and at the time I was still working for the Legal Assistance Center. So
Yeah.
I took study leave, finished, came back, spent another year, and then I got an opportunity to obviously look around now.
Yes, because obviously now you're qualified, highly
with
qualified.
the MBA, not many people had MBAs at the time.
Exactly.
So I started to look around for opportunities.
Yeah.
And then I think I applied to about 4 or 5 opportunities that were running at that time.
At the time.
And then I was called for interviews at 3. At Sanlam, Namibia, Bank of Namibia, and then the city of Windhoek.
Yeah.
Sanlam, Namibia was a financial analyst role. Bank of Namibia was manager training. And then city of Windhoek was strategic executive, community services, policing, and all of that.
Yeah.
And as fate would have it, in 1 week after I did the interviews, I got 3 offers at the same time.
3 offers at the same time.
They
said we want to secure the MBA.
In the same week, I got offers for all these 3 positions.
Yeah.
Of course, financial analyst, training manager, strategic executive, that side.
Yeah.
It was a difficult decision now. Which one? This one is very senior, strategic executive.
Yeah.
Sanlam is financial services.
Exactly.
Bank of Namibia, central bank is a very important place.
Yeah.
So after consulting, after looking at the options, I decided I'll take the offer from Bank of Namibia.
So would you think your teaching experience had something to do with taking that position?
Yes.
Because you say you loved
yeah.
it and you thought, okay, this is a perfect opportunity. for me.
It was my teaching experience and the experience to want to serve, because I wanted
Yes.
to have an influence in the life of some young people.
Exactly.
So I think that's what drove me, number one.
Yeah.
But number two, working for a central bank is such an honorable thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's stable. It's a well-respected institution. People there get opportunities to go and study.
Yes.
It's not every person who gets opportunity to go there. So
Exactly.
So I thought it's a once in a lifetime opportunity to get an opportunity to
This is
go
the
and work
right
for
move,
City
yeah.
Bank. So that is how I ended up there.
Yeah.
So I spent quite a number of years the years there in the HR and the training department, and I must say that it was one of the most important time of my life that has shaped the way I look at things. The governor then, the Honorable Tom Aloento,
Yes.
was very committed to build capacity of young Namibians. And as the HR department, it was our responsibility to execute that desire of the governor.
Exactly.
And of course of the senior management team. So we were instrumental in building capacity to making sure that many of our guys study locally, but also some of them were sent abroad to London, to the US, to South Africa,
Yes.
to go and study primarily in the areas that are relevant to central banking. And we have also been giving scholarships to non-employees, some young people.
Yes.
And again, very proud today that many of the young people who came through our hands,
Yeah.
and as a training manager, they were almost, I was mentoring them. They would report
Yes.
back to me,
Yeah.
and I will guide them, I will encourage them, and I'm very happy that many of them today occupy positions of responsibility
Wow.
in the corporate sector. One day, I get a call from a lady called Rosa Smith. Rosa Smith used to run a recruitment agency called Jobs Unlimited.
Okay.
And there she says, no, I spoke to your wife because there is the GM position available at MTC, GM HR.
Yeah.
But your wife said she is fine where she is, but you might be interested, I must talk to you.
Yeah.
And I said, no, I'm not interested because I'm very happy.
I'm very happy. I'm making an impact. I'm serving.
I'm making an impact. I'm saving. I'm in the central bank. Please,
Yeah. Leave me alone.
leave me alone. And then we hanged up. About a week or two ago, afterwards, she called again and she called.
Yeah.
And then I said, this lady, okay, take my CV.
Yeah.
She took my CV, and then I ended up at MTC
Yes.
as GMHR.
Yeah.
And I was the first. I created.
The role was created.
The role was created, and I basically started. I started the GMHR.
Yes.
There was a junior HR manager who was reporting into finance, basically doing the basic routine administrative things. So I created the brand of the HR department at MTC. Again, wonderful experience. The MD there was Mr. Bengstrenge, a very wonderful man from Sweden,
Yes.
who was really interested in helping Namibia to grow the telecommunication industry.
Oh, wow.
So the team there at the time really built MTC. I remember when I joined, we were about 100,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
And then we in management at the time felt that maybe 300, maybe 400 is a maximum that Namibia can reach in terms of subscribers. And then we brought in a consultant from Holland at the time, from the Netherlands. And then after a very rigorous strategic planning, this guy said, no, you guys have the capability to go up to about 800.
Yes.
If you can tweak a few things here and there. By the time I left MTC, we were about 1.2 million subscribers. And today we know it's well over 2 million subscribers.
Yeah.
So again, at MTC, we were very serious about capacity building, building a very strong culture of people who are motivated, who want to serve this country. Exactly. And I'm again very proud that many young people who went through the school of MTC today occupy serious roles. But MTC itself today is a significant contributor to our GDP,
100%.
our economy, and also
listed today,
and also listed today, and the corporate social responsibility that MTC is doing today is compared to none in this country. And we remain very proud of the small contributions we made at the time and the work that they continue to do.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah.
Mr. Uirab, what happened after MTC now? Because this was, let's say, Bonn was the first management position, and now you're GM. So you're stepping up.
Yeah.
What happened after MTC, and how was that integral into the leader you are today?
Yeah. Well, again, as I said, the MD at MTC was really somebody who also influenced the way I do things, because he was very committed. Integrity obviously is something that ranked high in his way of guiding us, the leadership team. And then, as you may know, MTC, when it was started, was a partnership between Namibia and Sweden.
Okay.
From what I understand, Namibia invested 25 million through Telecom Namibia. Sweden, Sweet Fund and Telia invested 25 million from Sweden. That's how MTC was started, a seed fund of 50 million. And then one of the conditions was that Sweden will take the management contract. And then that they would appoint the MD for a certain period of time, which they did. So at some point when MTC matured, the Swedes decided, no, we only came to help you, we must pull out. Therefore, they sold their shares to Portugal Telecom. And then this MD was then recalled. He went back to Sweden.
Yes.
And while he was there, he was reassigned by Swedfund to go and start a telecoms company in Somaliland.
Yes. Yeah.
So he called me again to say, we had a wonderful time at MTC. I can trust you. We worked together nicely.
Let's go to Somaliland.
Let's go to Somaliland. And then after some consideration, I said, that's an interesting opportunity. Let me go.
Yeah.
So I spent a year in Somaliland.
Yeah.
A very different set up from Namibia.
Different culture,
different culture, different environment. Obviously, the country was war-ravaged at the time.
Yes.
The economy was not doing as well as we're used to here. And we really spent about a year or so in that part of Africa. I think about 6 months into our mandate, there were some bomb explosions near the facilities where we were staying.
Yeah.
So we were then evacuated to Djibouti. So we spent some time in Djibouti. Initially, I thought I would bring my family.
Yes.
I realized maybe...
So you first went alone and then you thought...
I said it's probably not wise to bring a family because it was a bit rough. So when an opportunity at NAMPOD came up, I said, let me try.
Yeah.
I didn't think that I would get a NAMPOD job.
Exactly.
Let me try.
Yeah.
And I ended up...
And this was the role for CEO, right?
That was the role for CEO.
Yeah.
And I had no clue about transportation, about port business, but I had built up sufficient capacity and leadership experience, particularly from HR perspective.
Yeah.
So I applied, and then the board was kind enough. We were interviewed, and I got the job. The former CEOs of NAMPOD did a very good job in terms of laying the foundation, and then I continued with that. And then obviously one of the mandates I had was to expand the port. And then with a very strong leadership team, I managed to build the terminal, the container terminal, and I am very grateful that we managed to build that facility. If you had not built that facility at the time, we would be in a much precarious situation as a country today when we are talking about building capacity and infrastructure for the oil and gas industry. At the time we did that project, there were many economists and many people who were criticizing us, who were saying,
I remember,
why are you guys doing this? Why are you wasting money? This investment is ill-advised. You are just wasting the nation's money and so on. And I'm very, very happy that our government supported us. We managed to get a loan as NAMPOD based on our balance sheet from the African Development Bank to invest in building this port. Of course, the government gave us the guarantee. And that facility today is almost already congested. And NAMPOD has to look at further expansion to accommodate this new economy that is coming our way.
100%.
So again, during my time at NAMPOD, I focused on building capacity.
100%.
And we sent many young people to go and do postgraduate studies. We gave scholarships to our Namibian students.
Bring back the skills,
to go and study. Some of them came back to NAMPOD. Others obviously joined the industry. And we are very happy with the capacity that I built. And the team at NAMPOD is solid and very proud of the work that they do.
No, well done, Mr. Uirab. Looking back at that now, because that was I would say that's a key milestone of your career at NAMPOD. Moving on to the Namibia Airports Company as well. How did that come about? If you can briefly share that with us. And obviously there as well, there were some milestones and key decisions that you've made in terms of capacity building for Namibians itself. And please take us through that.
When my contract was approaching the end in 2019 or 2018, I was really contemplating, should I continue to seek a third term at NAMBOD or should I go back to Windhoek? The position of the CEO at NAC became vacant. And then some people started to approach me and almost, not force, but very strong hints to say you must apply.
Exactly.
You must make yourself available.
Yeah, for this position.
Role.
Yeah, very
strongly
advised.
Strongly advised. So I then applied, and then I got a job. And when I took on this role, many of my colleagues were saying, but are you going nuts? After having done fairly well at NAMBOD, why do you want to get your name through the mud, of this institution that is in the news for not so good reasons? Yes. Why do you do that? But my response was very simple, and as it has always been, is to really serve. I'm here to serve, provide guidance, where you can make a positive difference, go in and do it. If it is so simple, anybody else can do it. Yeah. And I believe that as Namibians, if we, as individual Namibians, do not take on challenges to change things for better, who will? Yes. Therefore, when people are asking me, why are you taking on that? I'm saying, but whom do you want to go and take on that challenge? Exactly. To make a difference. Yes. And to get this national institution in the right shape to serve the people of Namibia. And that is really the basis on which I took on. Yes. And everywhere where I went, for me the guiding principle was you go and serve Namibia. Because that is really one of the things that drive me. Yeah. I have a deep sense of love for this country. This country has done so good to me as an individual. Growing up from a very difficult environment, yes. To be able to shake hands with the presidents, with the kings, with top executives of Namibia and of the world. Yeah. Who am I not to reciprocate and plow back the little knowledge that I have picked up over the years? Yeah. So that is, for me, the guiding principle in life, is to really serve this country and put this country first whenever I do things.
Mr. Uirab, that is a very, very, very strong ending statement to obviously the role that you took on there at NAC. Just to recap on our conversation, and I think the things that have stood out for me is that from a young age, you were given a very big responsibility. But the foundations that were laid by your grandmother to say that servant leadership and capacity building. What tips would you give, or what advice would you give to young Namibians out there that are, let's say, in their 20s, who are in similar roles and so on, and they want to be at your level one day, if they could ever get there? Yes. What advice would you merely give them in a nutshell?
As a person, as a Namibian, for me, the first thing, as I said earlier on, is to have deep love for this country and to want to serve. The important thing for young people is want to serve, want to give of yourself for the betterment of the country and of the people around you. Number two, respect is of utmost importance. Respect people around you, respect institutions, respect responsibilities that you are given. Be honorable in the way you deal with responsibilities that are given to you. Do not chase after money. Money will come, opportunities will come if you do things honorably. Yes. So very basic things of life. Yeah. When you are given something, give your best. Yes. When you're given the opportunity, a task, a mandate, give your best. Give your best, and then be mindful of people around you, and make sure that you make use of the resources that are at your disposal, whether it's financial resources or people or any other resource that are given to you. Make use of those resources in a responsible way.
100%. Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Uirab, thank you so much for that. So as you know, we at PSG Wealth, we're predominantly a financial services company that operate in the investment management space. And it would be unjust if we didn't give our audience, our younger audience, some tips and tricks as to how someone like you have managed their let's say their wealth over the years to come. So what are some of the biggest financial lessons and strategies that have worked for you? So adversely, what are some of the biggest mistakes you've made and some of the best strategies that have worked out for you when it came to, let's say, your personal finances?
Yeah. No, thank you for that. Obviously, I'm not wealthy. But I was lucky enough to have the opportunity to take care of myself and of my family. When I met my wife, she was a student, I was a student. And then we got married when we were both almost not having anything. And one of the first things that we decided in terms of how we manage our finances was to declare a transparency in the way we handle our finances.
Yes.
So, of course, we have separate bank accounts, but both of us have 100% access
To it.
to these accounts. I carry credit cards of her account, and she carries credit cards of my account and debit cards as well.
Yeah.
So that has helped to have that transparency, and then you know how you spend your money. So the money doesn't disappear in unknown corners.
Yeah.
So both of you are accountable, number one. Number two is to spend what you have and not to spend what you do not have.
Exactly. Live within your means.
Live within your means. It's as simple as that. If you don't have it, then you don't have it. Then you wait for the next time.
Yes.
Do a bit of investments. We invested a little bit in property and in farming. That is really our investments.
Okay.
And we believe that these investments keep us going. And also what we did is we bought a house in Windhoek, a very basic example. And that house has done so many things for us. We would sort of refinance, take money from there, put a deposit on the farm.
Yeah.
Build up again, take money from that house, deposit an apartment at the coast.
Exactly.
So that is what we have done, and through that process, we have built a small property portfolio.
Yes.
And then also we don't live large.
Yes.
We have a very basic lifestyle in terms of the way we spend our money. But most importantly, we also want to invest in our children.
Yes.
So to the extent possible, we have assisted our children through our own means to go to school, those who could go to school, and then to really see them through.
Exactly.
So we have a very basic way of approaching our financial.
Yeah, but I love
needs.
those lessons. I
Yeah.
mean, you're basically saying responsible financing.
Yeah.
Invest in what you believe in, give back to the family, and then be transparent.
Yes.
And then you'll make it through any challenge.
Exactly.
With that being said, what does financial wellness mean to you, let's say within the Namibian context?
Financial wellness, in my view, also would mean you must make sure that you take care of today's needs, but set aside a little bit for the day of tomorrow.
Exactly.
And slowly build your wealth.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to build wealth, significant wealth from your salary only. So sometimes I would encourage young people, don't just focus on your job, because some jobs require you to not to have other outside interests, which is unfortunate. But where there's an opportunity, try and do side hustles, as some people say.
Yes.
But be responsible. Let that side hustle not interfere in your job.
Yes.
And declare and let that side hustle not conflict with what you do. So do that, a bit of that, and that will help you to build up. Lastly, on that one, wealth, in my understanding, is not built in your generation. It's good to put aside so that when your children grow up, they can build on that. And that is how most of the wealthy people have built their wealth. Of course, in exceptional cases, you have wealth builders within their generation, in their lifetime.
Yeah.
But primarily, you build on what your parents or your family has left.
And you carry that over responsibly.
And then you carry that one. And as children, when you are lucky, your parent leaves something for you, build on that. Don't come and destroy that.
Yeah.
That is a very important lesson that the young people should take note of.
No, 100%. Mr. Uirab, if I can ask you, wrapping up on our conversation now, what legacy are you most proud of, or what legacy are you still building that's next on your horizon that once you drop the mic, or once you step away from your corporate job and and this life thing that you want to be remembered for, or what you would think you would be most proud of at the end of it all?
My resolve to build capacity in people, I think it's something that that I would like to be remembered for. Again, as indicated, I have helped a few young people to be where they are today in terms of academic opportunities, but also in terms of job opportunities. But more than that, in building their character.
Yes, yes.
Coaching them, mentoring them, building their character, showing them the way.
Yeah.
I think that's one important thing. But for me, what I'm most proud of is the way I love this country. And because of that love for this country, I try my best to do the right thing that takes the interest of this country forward.
Exactly.
The work that we did at Namport, I think the container terminal was a good thing. The foundations that we laid at the initial years of MTC, it's something that I'm very proud of.
Yeah.
But the respect that I try and show to people that come across my way, whether they are senior, junior, in age, in rank, I think it's something that I would like to be remembered for, that I treated human beings as human beings, not as my juniors or not as my seniors, but I show respect to everybody.
That is very inspirational. Mr. Uirab, thank you so much for joining us on the show. But before I let you go, there's one part of the show, we'd call it a fun twist, with 5 on 5 with PSG Wealth, where I ask you 5 personal random questions, and you must aim to answer it under 5 seconds.
Okay.
Is it fine? Are you ready?
Good. Let's go for that.
Let's go. If money did not exist, what would you do for a living?
I would continue to coach.
You continue to coach. There we go. What is your most memorable childhood experience?
The lesson from my grandmother.
Respect. Respect. What's your guilty pleasure, food or activity? What is the one thing you think, man, I'm not supposed to do this, but I continue doing it?
I love my pap and fleece.
Pap and fleece. There we go. A true Namibian. Looking back at life, what accomplishment are you most proud of?
To serve Namibia.
To serve Namibia. And then lastly, if you could be a famous sports person, dead or alive, for a day, who would you be?
Maybe Ronaldo.
Cristiano or R9. Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yes.
That is a very good answer. Mr. Uirab, I want to thank you so much for making time out of your busy schedule to talk to us today and share these insights with Namibia and whoever's watching at home.
Thank you for having me.
Always, Mr. Uirab. Thank you so much. To our viewers at home, Mr. Bisey Uirab, CEO of Namibia Airports Company, and he holds so many other roles and so on that we didn't mention. But what matters is the golden nuggets that he shared with us today. Please do tune in again to Windows of Wealth. Follow us on our social media channels at PSG Wealth Namibia. And until next time, have a blessed one and stay warm.